What's up everybody and welcome back to an Idiot's Road to Glory, episode number 49 now, so we're almost halfway to the century where we're starting off with some stuff I did, as I used to call it, last year, and the stuff that I did was a little bit of sniping. So you can see I've got 300,000 coins, as we did at the end of the last episode, which was against Reeve. If you guys missed it, go and check it out. There's an episode on my channel and an episode on his channel where we're going to combine the two legs and decide whose Road to Glory is better and who is better at FIFA. I spent a few thousand coins in the one on his episode, on the one on his channel, the episode on his channel, because we did that first, and I bought myself a Felipe Luis to fill in because we've obviously sold Alexandra, which is something we'll come on to in a little bit when we jump to live about the best left back on this game and what should I be doing with my team and stuff like that. But first of all, we're just picking up some Real Albiols because of the SBC that come out for Marcos Alonso, which again is something we're going to talk about, and he was going for about 7,000 to, when I rechecked his price, 7,200, and we were trying to pick them up for under 6k. So we're making about 1,000 coins per card, roughly, something about like that. So if you sell it on for, if you pick it up for 6k and you sell it on for 7,200, you get like 7,900 coins back, 6,900 coins back. Sorry, you make about 900 coins. And then we're picking some up for under as well. When you get on the compare method, you can actually pick up tons of them. So you can see on this one, we've got 3 of them there in basically no time at all. Got this one for 6k and we're going to sell it on for 7,200, and then I missed the prices that we picked the other ones up for, but we ended up getting a couple of them for, there's one for 5,000, which unfortunately we missed, but you get the compare on the go. There's we missed a 5,300, but there's loads and loads and loads of them popping up. Here's another one, 5,900, and we didn't manage to get that one. We must get a few of them, otherwise I wouldn't have put this clip in. 5,400. Oh, we got the orange of death, so that one would have been just over 1,000 coins profit. But basically, just making some decent coins, sniping some Real Albiols. I feel like maybe someone was having a little go with a bot, or like that stupid web app shortcut thing that makes you be able to snipe faster. But I managed to pick one up for 5.5k there, so we're selling that on, making an easy 1,100 coins profit. There's one for 5,700 for another 1,000 coins profit. Missed the 5,900. Basically, they were just flying off the shelves. We were picking absolutely crap loads of them up. And there's another one for 5.8. So just picking them up, listing them up for 7,200, and making like 1,000 coins per card, which was pretty bloody decent. So, like I said, if you can get the compare method to work, where you do the compare and then back out, and there's another one there, it's so much quicker to buy them. And you guys can see we've got crap loads of them there that we've already sold. One currently up for sale and a couple more, which by the end of it, we ended up with 320,000 coins. So that was what we did at first. We made some coins at like 6 o'clock from the Real Albiols. We then went and did this new foot swap. I don't even know if it's new actually, to be honest. I just needed to get it done basically for the foot swap player. You can see him there. It is that Belgian dude from the Serie A playing for, I think that's Genoa, but we just wanted to pick him up. I'm trying to get every single foot swap this time round, which is something that we're again going to come on to in some more stuff that I've done, which I'll show you guys in a second. But I wasn't too fussed about them last time. Like the best ones you could get was like El Shaarawy and Lallana, and I really wasn't that bothered. This time there's a flashback Pedro in it, which could be pretty cool because he's 87 rated. And also there's a 100k pack, which could be sick just to get a 100k pack. So we shall see about that. And what we're actually going to go and do now is pertaining towards getting some of these things. We jumped into some squad battles basically. And I'm not going to, don't worry, I'm not going to show you me actually playing squad battles gameplay because that'd be horrifically boring. But you can see that I've got into this game on professional. This is the first one that I played because you need to get at least silver in squad battles this week to get a foot swap card. That's one of the ways that you can unlock one of these cards. So naturally, I want to do it. So we jumped in, stuck it on professional because I couldn't be asked to try. I didn't want to be sitting there sweating it on like ultimate or world class or something like that and actually having to try to win the games. Stuck it on professional, scored 5 goals instantly, and I think we've just skipped straight to the end of the game. It just basically scored 5 goals and then messed around doing skill moves and just passing the ball about and basically boring myself to death playing against the computer. Okay, it was 6-0. Boring myself to death. As you can see, I had 62% possession and the thing didn't have a shot. And we got ourselves a lovely 1,227 points in squad battles, which immediately put us almost to the, what is that putting us? Is that only put us into bronze 3? That was pretty crap. But anyway, we're going to play loads of them and I'm going to show you guys. But what we did, we were initially playing them and I got really bored. So instead I put it on beginner, scored 5 goals in the first 2 minutes and then just put the controller down and the computer doesn't come and tackle you. And then at the end of the game, I just picked the controller back up because it was just there at my desk while I was doing some editing and stuff like that. And the game would finish and I'd win 5-0 and we'd get ourselves some points. But the problem with that, well, I suppose it's not really a problem. You just don't get as many points, but you don't actually have to play the game So the swings and roundabouts, like if you're playing on professional, the computer will score if you don't actually play. Whereas if you play on beginner, I'll show you guys in a second, we played one more on professional and I just couldn't be bothered. So then we did 2 on beginner, and you can see about like 690 points for it or something like that. It's literally no effort at all, as you can see there. 1200 you get for playing on professional. You get almost 700 for putting it on beginner and literally just putting the controller down. So in terms of points, you get like half the amount of points, but in terms of effort, it's like literally 0, and you can't divide by 0. It's definitely worth just putting your controller down, in my opinion. So that's what we were doing. I did actually though, I asked my mate, because one of my mates, James, does loads of just AFK squad battle stuff, and he worked out the fact that you can actually do it on amateur. You don't have to put it on beginner. As you can see, I've played crap loads of squad battles. I was putting a squad fitness card on, and I was getting a little bit scared that my players were going to die. So I did put a squad fitness on for this game. But basically, it worked out that yes, beginner, it won't actually tackle you, and on amateur, it will. But on amateur, even with, look at the state of this team. I mean, I don't know what Imagine Dragons are doing. This team is mental. And by that, I mean they are mental, because they clearly don't know how FIFA works. But even with like Ronaldo and Inform Suarez and Messi and stuff like that, even when it tackles the ball off you on amateur, it won't score. It's just too bad at the game. It just doesn't score. Like, it's so easy to score against them. It makes literally no difference. Like, the goalkeepers are still absolutely garbage, as you can see. We scored the first goal in the 2nd minute, and we scored the 5th goal. As you can see, it's the 14th goal going into the 15th minute. Run through with Mbappe, they don't tackle you, and I just scored a tramp goal into an open goal. Like, it's literally that simple. And you just put your controller down, and on amateur, it will actually come and get the ball off you, which it doesn't on beginner. But it's too bad. It's literally too bad to score. Like, I think it's got like 100% shot error in the fact that it just misses every single shot. And even the ones that maybe it's on like 95%, the ones that it doesn't, your players just block it for you, even though you've got the controller down. It's properly stupid. They just can't score, and you just score 5 goals ridiculously easily. Put your controller down and let the game play out. I'm not sure if it's worth doing it on amateur. I'm not going to lie to you guys, because the ball like goes after playing stuff, and it takes so much longer for the game to actually go through because of you not picking the controller back up and taking the goal kicks and stuff. You have to wait for the time to tick down to do it automatically. But as you can see, it had 7 shots and it never hit the target once, even with me putting my controller down. And I just carried on doing this. Like, here's another one. 86th minute. This is into a different game now, and like it's got a Aguero, and your players just auto block the ball anyway. It really doesn't matter. Like, you just get 3 5-0 wins and just get 3 points for it, and it just gives you points on squad battles. It's literally as simple as that. You score 5 goals again, as you can see, in absolutely no time at all, and you just take the 3 points. And this one, actually, when we skip through, I believe, has put me not just into silver, but when we actually go through and get the points for the 5-0 win, you can see I had 16 shots this time, and only got 4 of them on target, and the ones it did got blocked or saved. And you can see I'm almost into gold 3 at this point from this game. In fact, I am into gold 3. We're almost into gold 2, which is absolutely crazy. And from playing 2 games and then putting my controller down for an absolute ton of them. So if we jump to live, we can finish off stuff we did, and I'll show you guys. Like, there's still a couple of them left to go, which I'm just going to AFK in a minute, and I'll just score 5 goals and put the control down. But these are the ones that we did on amateur. You get almost 800 points instead of almost. You get like an extra 100 points. I'm not sure whether it's worth it, but I've been doing it on that instead. I suppose you can't, even though it might take you an extra 15 minutes, like, you can't actually update this. Even if you did all the beginner ones, like, there wouldn't be time to, you can't get any more games, do you get what I mean? So, like, there's no point doing them faster, because you've got to wait for the next round of games anyway, so you may as well take the extra 100 points. But that's a tip for you guys. If you want to get into silver, which is the top 70% of all players, it's well easy to unlock this Amethyst foot swap card thing. Just score 5 goals and then put your controller down, and you just come back 15 minutes later and you've got yourself 800 points for absolutely no effort. So I would recommend doing that. And in fact, I'm into gold 2 now after doing the other game. That was the second to last game that I just showed you guys. In fact, we're almost into gold 1. Like, the next game will put me into gold 1, which is pretty crazy. We probably might even end up elite doing this. I might, if I play a couple of the games at the end, we'll be able to do that. But like, these ones give you like 750 to 800 points, and then when you do the featured squad, you can see about like 1200, because you get an extra bonus for the featured squad. But it's really, really simple, and you can unlock yourself a foot swap card. So that's what I've been up to. But also, as you can see, we've got 286,000 coins. I did have 320 once I'd sold all my Real Albiols. I then went and did some investing in some leagues that I don't have silvers for when their league SBC comes out. So I'll show you guys that, because we went down to about 270,000 coins, but you can see now we're back up to 286, and I'll show you guys that in a second how we did that. So in the Eredivisie, I picked up a crap load of silvers from all of the different teams for basically peanuts, as you guys can see. I even picked up some golds actually, because in the Serie A one, some of the golds are going up loads. So I picked up some of the big teams golds like PSV and Fenerbahce and Ajax and stuff like that. Ones where you actually do need golds to do it. I picked some of them up again, just for no point at all. Like, I spent quite a bit on it, but once this SBC comes out, we'll just make it all back, and it's literally just a case of waiting. And then I did the exact same thing, if I can find it, for the Super League as well. So I had some of these golds, as you can see, some of them are first owner, some of them I bought Yilmaz for 700 coins, that's his discard value. A lot of them are first owner. I did again pick up some golds, but most of the ones from these ones are silvers, as you can see. There's a couple of expensive ones. I picked this guy up for 850 because he's a right mid and he's probably going to wear for a couple of thousand. Most of them are like 3, 4, 500 coins. Just literally sitting on them, and then when this SBC comes out, sell them on for hopefully like 1,000 coins each, and just like triple, quadruple your coins or whatever. It's as simple as that. And I even went as far as in the Ajax one to sacrifice a couple of pages of my transfer list to pick up some ones that I think might actually rocket up loads. So these guys are 400 coins from AZ Alkmaar, and they're the only 2 golds in the centre of midfield that they've got. So I assume they're going to be worth like 1,500 or 2,000 coins or something like that, like the crazy one from Roma, with all their non-rares were there for like 4k when the SBC first come out. So if we get further Eredivisie, a Delict, people are going to want it so badly, and these guys are going to be worth quite a lot. And then the same goes for a PSV left winger. Wingers are always worth an absolute fortune. I got loads of this guy for 200 coins, so like, you literally can't get him cheaper. It might be worth a couple of thousand. So there, I've sacrificed some positions or trade part spaces, and then as you can see, we started making some coins off some of these guys. However, there's a slight issue that a couple of them didn't sell, and I didn't notice, and I think some of them have gone, I think they've gone down in price. So as you can see, I was sniping these guys for about 15 to 1,800 coins, and I was selling them on for like 2,600, 700 when the Mkhitaryan SBC first come out. I also saw my piss check that we packed in the episode the other day. But these guys were for Mkhitaryan, the Europa League SBC thing for him that just come out. You need a Shakhtar player and you need a Champions League player in one of the squads. Why you'd buy a Shakhtar Champions League player and cost yourself more coins, I've got no idea, but people do because they're stupid. So I was picking them up cheap and selling them on. We've actually got 2 of them still left to sell that I didn't even realise were there. So they probably crashed in price now. Oh, there it was already set up for me. That was stupid. I've just cancelled the whole thing. But people are silly and just overspend on SBCs all of the time for absolutely no reason. And I was just taking advantage of it, to be honest with you, so I can't complain there, right? Yes, absolutely. Okay, that was actually a snipe. We could have picked that up. What have they plummeted? No, they've plummeted down quite a lot. So I've lost coins on a couple of these too. If we want to sell them, we need to list them for 1,200 coins. But I made coins on all of the ones from picking them up for like 1,200 coins and selling them on. Let me see how much I got these 2 for actually. I think we were going for under 2k. So this one I got for 2k, so that's very frustrating. I tried to sell them for 2,800. So list them up for 12, that's an 800 coin loss on him. And then this one we got again for 2k. So again, we'll list them up for 1,200 and he should sell on. But overall, we've made profit and we're almost back up to 290,000 coins, which is very, very nice. So now onto the topic of the episode, which is because okay, we need to do comment of the day. And comment of the day is what comment of the day was yesterday from Reeve. It comes from Charlie B, who said the exact same thing, get Gareth Bale. Now, as you guys know, I'm still on the fence about Mbappe, and I don't know whether I actually really like him or whether he's worth like 500,000 coins. And the same kind of goes for Kante, even though he's the best CDM on the game. I don't know if it's enough of a step up to justify like 500,000. So we're in a bit of an interesting predicament, and especially after playing against Reeves Bale twice and seeing how stupid he was, and the fact that he's cheaper than Mbappe, I do kind of want him, and the fact that a comment of the day again is telling me to get Gareth Bale. So before we decide that, and I'm going to show you guys a couple of potential teams that we could get Gareth Bale and sell on my Mbappe and my Kante. The reason I'm recording this at like 11 o'clock at night is because I want to sell them on today, because Matt HD Gamer's famous market crash video is coming out, so it's not because of that. It's Tuesday night. I want to get these sold overnight so that before Wednesday, when everyone's like selling their teams to buy them back during FUT Champs rewards, I won't be involved in that, and I'll get a little bit more for my players. At this point, I'm not even sure if Matt believes. I'm kind of, what's the best way to put this? I think he might actually think himself that he's about to cause the market crash. I'm not sure if he understands the meme and that it's a joke, or if he genuinely believes himself at this point. It's actually started to confuse me. He's tweeted about it so much. I feel like he might actually think he's about to cause the market crash. But there is currently a market crash going on, and Black Friday is coming. And obviously Matt's going to make a video at the time that the market is crashing, but it's just crashing anyway. Matt isn't causing the market crash before you guys go mental because he makes this video tomorrow. Don't crap yourself. He doesn't have that much of an effect. Like, look at this. There's 6 million things on the market at 11 o'clock at night. Tomorrow during Foot Transfer Rewards, they'll probably, not tomorrow, it's tomorrow to you guys. During Foot Transfer Rewards, there'll be like 9 million things on the market. And you think Matt making a video like has 150k views can crash the market? No. So, anyway, that aside, the market is still crashing regardless. So, we do want to get our stuff sold on as quick as we possibly can before it does crash even anymore. Because I'm pretty sure Kante and Mbappe were basically what I bought them for. Maybe dropped a little bit, like maybe like 5% or something. It's not too bad. We got to try them out. We realised we didn't really like Mbappe, and we'll hopefully pick up a Gareth Bale for this weekend instead. But basically, the conversation topic is, with regards to them teams, who is the best left back on this game? Because this is something I have trouble with a lot, and it's one of the most frustrating positions on the game to get a good player into on chemistry. And one of the reasons I'm asking you guys this is because of this Marcos Alonso. Now, another comment from the video is Kia Moriarty saying defo get the Marcos Alonso because of how Chelsea go and he could get upgraded so much, which is very true and actually looks like a decent card, to be honest with you. And I can actually kind of do the SBC pretty cheap. If we jump over to it, it is here. That's Mkhitaryan, which I can't do cheap. He costs like 200k and I also don't really want to put him in my squad. Marcos Alonso, I can basically do this squad just with untradables. Like, I've got to spend like 15k on an Albiol, a Barzagli and a Hysaj, but I think I bought my Matt. No, he's tradable, but he's first owner. And he's tradable, but he's first owner. And then we've got an untradeable Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's on the bench, so I'm going the wrong way. We've got an untradeable Szczesny. Gaia's untradeable. Pareo is untradeable. Suso is obviously untradeable because he's my Foot Championship award. So basically it cost me nothing to do this squad other than trading in stuff that I then can't trade in along further down the line. And then this Chelsea squad will actually cost me quite a lot of coins. I think I've got it saved here just so I know. This squad, to buy these players at the moment, would cost me 95k. However, if I pick them up during Foot Champs, maybe we can get them for like 75 or something like that. And you get a 100k pack from her as well, and you get a 35k pack from this one, and you obviously get the Marcos Alonso. I'm still not sure if he's actually going to be that good though. Obviously at the end of, in a month maybe 6 weeks, I don't actually know when it is, at the end of the Europa League group stage, obviously Chelsea are going to go through and obviously he's going to get upgraded to an 86 and he'll actually be pretty sick. But even then, I don't think he's actually going to be as good as Alexandro, and I don't think Alexandro is as good or is going to be as good as this Telles, which is where my problems lie. Don't get me wrong, once Chelsea inevitably gets like the semi-finals or the final of the Europa League, this card's going to be like 88 rated and it'll be absolutely mental. But that's in about 5 months, and I haven't got time to be waiting 5 months to have a sick left back in Foot Champs. I want one now. So Alexandro is incredible, but we sold him because of the market crash, because he's a normal player, which is why I kind of want this Telles, because again, he's about to get an upgrade when the Champions League group stages end, because Porto are basically guaranteed to go through. I've got the world's itchiest nose as well. I've just had a shave because I look like a scruff, and I've definitely got a little bit of beard hair stuck up my nose, and it's the most itchiest thing, so apologies for constantly just scratching my nose on this video. But anyway, this Alex Telles, Porto are basically through. They're on 9 points in second place, a point behind first and 8 points ahead of third, who have only got 1 point. So they're definitely going through, and he's definitely getting upgraded to 87. So then he'll actually be better. Well, he's better than this Alexandro in every single stat apart from physical anyway. And then when he gets that upgraded, say that goes up like another 2 or 3, he'll only be like 1 behind. So with the fact that I sold my Alexandro for what this Telles costs at the moment, and then he's obviously going to crash even more during Foot Champs Rewards, and I'll be able to pick him up for like 100k, I think it's a no-brainer to get the Telles. But then there is a part of me that really does want this Marcos Alonso card, just because of how nice it looks. And the fact that he's going to constantly, they're both going to constantly upgrade, I suppose, but Marcos Alonso is probably going to upgrade more. Like Porto probably get knocked out in the next round. Marcos Alonso probably ends up about 88 or 89 rated or something ridiculous like that, somewhere down the line. And he's from the Prem, and he gets a strong link to Kante. So I'm very much torn between these two. The only thing that's swinging me towards Telles is the fact that I can sell him on again, whereas Marcos Alonso, I've sunk 150k and, well, like 100k in some untradables into it, and I'll never get them back. So let me know what you guys think, and I'm actually going to show you guys a couple of squads, one with each of them, for you guys to see. Now, first one is called Canteen because it's got Kante in it, and it obviously uses Marcos Alonso, but it also uses Eden Hazard. We get to keep the Kante. So basically, I wanted Gareth Bale. And there's a couple of different ways I've designed these teams to be able to get Gareth Bale into the squads instead of Mbappe. So we want to keep. We're going to keep our Thiago Silva because he's like 170k or something like that he's worth. We've got him untradeable. He's absolutely sick. We may as well use him. I really like Meunier as well. That again, that's a big problem on this game. Ridiculously good right backs. There isn't that many of them. Meunier is one of them. He's stronger links to my Thiago Silva. So that is a no-brainer to keep the two of them there. I really like Marquinhos. We've got Ederson. We get to keep Firmino, who we've played like almost 300 games with, and he's absolutely sick. Then we've got Griezmann, Casemiro, Bale, and then Hazard and this Marcos Alonso over here. And the way this would change was obviously changed to my 4-2-3-1 in games. I'll show you guys how it would line up. We'd have Gareth Bale at striker because Reeves swears by the fact that Gareth Bale is the best striker on this game. We'd have Griezmann and Hazard as the wide centre attacking mids. We'd have Firmino as the centre ones, Casemiro and Kante at CDM, and then the usual defence with Marcos Alonso instead of Sandro/Telles/Felipe Luis we've been using at the moment. So that would be that one. And it costs about, I can afford this squad. If I sell all my stuff, my Mbappe and stuff like that, Mbappe is cheaper than Bale. Hazard costs, again, about 300k. So when we get our FUT Champs coins, we can just straight buy an Eden Hazard. We then got Casemiro, we need to buy as well, and we need to do the Marcos Alonso SBC. But obviously we've got like Harry Kane and Fabinho and stuff like that to sell too. So we should be able to afford that squad absolutely fine. And then the other one is called Messi. Yeah, Messi. So this is the other squad. Again, Gareth Bale. Again, Meunier, Ederson, Thiago Silva and Marquinhos. This time we've got the Telles chilling at left back instead. So instead of spending the 100k doing the Marcos Alonso SBC, we'd spend the 100k to buy this Telles. We've then brought back the boys, Paulinho and Anderson Talisca, to play in CDM and Cam like we used to. I genuinely haven't used a better centre defensive mid on this game than Paulinho. Honest to God, not even lying. I prefer him to Kante, and I'm genuinely not just saying that. He's actually ridiculous. The fact that Kante gets up and down just like Paulinho does, but he's not very good at it. He's only good at the defending part. And it's such a nice balance between having one of them with a high defensive work rate to just sit back. I know Kante does, but he just doesn't listen at all. He's always getting forward and drives me mad. Whereas when Paulinho gets forward, he scores. He scored 42 goals and he got 50 assists in probably about 100 actual games, and then 100 games getting subbed on in like the 75th minute just to be defensive and have a bit of fresh legs in midfield. So he's really, really, really good. And then we've got this Talisca, who might actually be getting a second in form, which could be sick. But this can also be swapped to have Fabinho and Firmino if we want to keep hold of them too. So I believe we can also swap it around a little bit as well, but we'll come on to that in a second. And then we've got obviously the Telles, we've got Coutinho, we've got Gareth Bale, we've got Casemiro again, we've got Lionel Messi, which is pretty ridiculous. I think I can afford Messi. If I can't, what I would have to do is play Suarez there for now. But I'm pretty sure we could just about afford him because this one involves selling Kante as well, who's like 400k. So we can almost afford this Gareth Bale just off our coins that we've got. So once we get off FUT Champs Road, we'll be able to do that. Selling Kante and Mbappe, we would probably be able to afford Messi. He's like 800k. And then the rest of this stuff, this would be paid for the Alex Telles by selling Firmino and Fabinho. And then Casemiro and Coutinho, we would just have to scrimp and somehow find some coins to buy them too. But I'm pretty sure, again, we can just about afford this team. And it looks in-game like this. So again, Gareth Bale goes at striker. Again, Casemiro goes at CDM. Again, these guys like that. We've got Telles at left back this time. We've got Messi playing on the right side of Cam to cut in on his left foot. We've got Coutinho playing on the left side of Cam to cut in on his right foot with his ridiculous long shot and curve. And we've brought back the boy Anderson Talisca, rocking it, 6'3" beast in the midfield with his 90 million long shots. And the trick up my sleeve is free kicks as well. So I'm not going to lie, I'm leaning towards this squad. And I actually did a Twitter poll and asked people on Twitter. And at the time of recording this video, it's got 5,400 almost votes, with 64% of people voting for Team Messi. So I'm kind of leaning towards this one, but I didn't want to just do it without asking you guys to see what you think, because this Road to Glory is nothing if I don't ask for your guys' opinion, and I'm always reading all of your comments and stuff like that, so I want you to let me know what you think down in the comment section. And also, something fun about this team is that you can switch it up a little bit, and we can get rid of, if we've got, or when we get some spare coins, let me just put it back together so it actually makes sense. We can bring in, instead of Marquinhos, we could actually get this Champions League Kimpembe, which again is going to get an upgrade after the groups. The only issue with that is we have to bring in Buffon in goal, and I haven't used them yet. I mean, his stats are better in terms of diving, handling and positioning than Edison. His kicking doesn't really matter, neither does speed, and he's got a little bit less reflexes. I can't imagine he's that much worse. He's 6'4". He must be quite good. I mean, it's a goalie's a goalie on this game, and it doesn't really make that much difference, to be honest, if you want to start getting to the 88 rated and 86 ones and stuff like that. With a basic chem style on, I'm sure he's got like 99 in every stat anyway. Doesn't really matter. So I'm sure that's fine. And we can bring in Champions League Kimpembe instead of this Marquinhos. So that could be pretty bloody nice, because this card looks really, really good as well. Let me know what you guys think. I feel like this is the one to go for, I'm not going to lie. And I am decided. I think that I'm just going to go and sell my Coutinho, not my Coutinho, I'm getting a Coutinho, my Fabinho and my Firmino and my Mane. I haven't got Mane. What am I talking about? I need to go to bed. And my Mbappe and my Kante and stuff like that. We're going to go and get that done now, I think, because I do want to change. What we changed to is a different story. And maybe I shouldn't sell the Kante because he's in the other squad until I've seen what you guys have think. But judging by the fact that 65% of you on Twitter went for this one, I imagine most of you in the comment section will go for this one as well. But I'll have to see what you guys say. For now, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Catching up on some stuff I did. Showing you, having a little discussion with you guys about who the best left back in this game is. And potential new team. Potentially with Gareth Bale, who's probably meant to be one of the best players on this game. And Messi is basically the best player in the world. So that is pretty ridiculous. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.